Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Wife Table. I'm your host, Brittany Williams. The Wife Table is a place where wives gather and meet for real, raw, honest conversation. The topic for today is conflict resolution. Why does it feel like we're always fighting? Okay, we're gonna jump into that a little bit more, but before we do, I do want to shout out KW Self-Portrait Studio. Woo! It's a creative space for families and local creators. From self-portraits to podcasts, they help bring your vision to life. For more details about KW Self-Portrait Studio and how you can book them for your next visit, check the details below. Well, I have the amazing privilege, y'all, today of welcoming my amazing guest and my aunt, Janice Walker.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your yes. I'm so inspired by you. Your marriage has been an example to me, to my husband, to my family, to so many of us in our community. And I'm so happy that you'll get to share with the world your wealth of knowledge and experience as a wife. I'll let her tell you how long she's been married for, but I really just want to say thank you again, and I love you.
I love you too, my goodness.
So I'm gonna formally introduce my aunt. Janice Walker is a passionate leader and mentor dedicated to empowering women to live in freedom and purpose. She is the founder of the Women's Ministry, Season to Be Free,
Yes.
which has been impacting lives for the past 2 years by creating a safe space where women can grow, heal, and be strengthened. Her mission centers on women empowering women, helping them break free from limitations and embracing their true identity. Janice has a heart for serving women of all nationalities and building unity through love, encouragement, and faith. She also enjoys singing and using her gift to uplift and inspire others. Her greatest passion is to see women walk confidently in freedom, support one another, and become all they were created to be. So welcome again.
Thank you very much for welcoming me.
Why don't we jump into some rapid fire questions just to get to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
And then we'll jump into our topic today.
Awesome.
Okay, so first question is, what has been your favorite age so far?
I would say my favorite age was 30.
Okay. And why?
Because my 20s, I thought I was ready to be a grown up, but I was still growing up. Mm-hmm. When I actually reached to that mark of being 30, I'm like, oh, I have to change.
I love it. Okay, 30 it is. I love it. What is your go-to lazy dinner?
I would say pasta, Alfredo pasta with chicken.
I love that. Okay,
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite thing to do in the summertime?
I would say for the summer, go to like outdoor events. So like jazz themes or like concerts.
Oh, yeah.
I would say like with my children, I would like to bring them swimming to aquariums and all those kind of things. Just doing adventurous things.
Amazing. Love
I would
it.
say, yeah.
Okay. What is one of your nicknames?
Well, one of my nicknames is Ginger because I love tea. And one of my favorite teas were ginger.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes, one of my favorite teas were ginger. So I'd say Ginger was my favorite nickname for me.
I love it. Okay. What is your favorite color?
Ooh, I don't really have a particular favorite color.
Okay.
But I would say I love the fall colors.
Ah.
So there's a few of them that I like, more
Okay.
than just one specific
The
one.
burnt oranges. The
Yes,
browns.
the greens.
And your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food, I don't really have a favorite food really, but I would say anything would be like a different types of salads.
Oh.
So anything that is very creative looks good to the eye, salads would be that thing, that
Salad.
favorite food.
Okay, healthy.
Yeah.
Love it. And last one. This is a random one. I like to end on a random one. What is your favorite word?
My favorite word. You know, I've never thought about that. Well, I would have, for instance, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
For instance. Okay. All right, y'all. Our rapid round is done, and I think you did well. So thank you. Thank you. So what we like to do here at the Wife Table is we like to ask all of our guests some signature questions. So I will ask you a few and feel free to share as you please. So y'all know back home watching, this is not scripted. She has no idea of the questions that are coming. And I like that because we get the real raw content from that. So these are all her first time hearing these questions. Okay, let's jump in. Let's start a little on the shallow end and then we'll go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So what season of marriage are you currently in?
Ooh, I love these questions are making me smile. So the season of marriage that I'm in now is me and my husband, we are being intentional. So we're making sure that we're meeting each other's needs and making each other happy, which is awesome.
The intentional season.
Yes.
Now, if you're taking notes, write that down. I love it. And do you want to tell us how long you've been married?
So this year, October, it will be 14 years.
Ooh.
14 long years being with one person, which is so awesome.
Congratulations. Like, you don't see that nowadays. And for some of us, it's a dream to get there.
Yes.
There are times where I personally thought I wasn't even going to get where we are now, but I've always looked up to you and just how you've carried yourself as a wife and a beautiful example. So that's amazing, y'all. 14 years. Yes. Okay, so my next question is, what did you believe being a wife was before you got married? And what was the biggest reality check where you're like, whoa, this is not what I thought it was?
I think those Cinderella movies.
Tell us.
I would say like in your, what do you call it? Those wagons and you're like fairy tale and you come out the wagon and you step into a church and you see your Prince Charming and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to cook, clean for him. I'm going to be everything that he needs until reality checks in at you. So you realize that now living with somebody, you have somebody beside you, you have to cater to that person like intentionally. Like you have to make sure that, you know what, when you said I do, it means I do. And sometimes better comes or sometimes worse comes. And when you experience worse, you just have to run with the worst until it gets better.
I love that. And I think that's not talked about enough is like the worst. We all want them for better, for richer. We all want the good things.
The good stuff.
But there are bad days. There are tough times. And you're a testament to that, to say, okay, 14 years has not always been good days.
No, it has not.
But you're still here and you're still making your marriage work. And so I love that for you. Okay, our last signature question before we jump into our topic today. How has faith shaped wifehood for you and how you show up in your home and in your marriage?
I would say that faith allows you to continue no matter what season you are in your relationship and marriage. I believe that you may not see the evidence, but you have to still walk by faith. You have to say, you know what, things may not be the way you want it to be in the beginning or maybe in the middle of your marriage. But at the same time, you know what, I want to try my best. So faith is just like walking, but making sure that, you know, you trust God, that everything that you're doing in that season of your life, in your marriage, that God is carrying you through.
I love that. I love how you mentioned faith in every stage, faith in every season.
Yes.
And I would say, even when you don't see it,
Yep.
like still believing that it will turn, it will get better, it will work out for our good. I love that. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so as I mentioned, the topic for today is conflict resolution. Why does it feel like we're always fighting? And once again, this is the reason why the Wife Table exists, because we don't hear about these parts of marriage. We hear about the good and the fairy tales and the roses, but there is a side to marriage that so naturally happens in relationships, which are conflicts. And so I'd love to jump into the topic and ask you, do you think conflict is healthy in marriage? Why or why not?
I believe that conflict is healthy, because if you don't know how your husband is going to respond to whatever situation that you're experiencing, it's like a fairy tale. It's actually like a fairy tale. So I believe that conflict makes you wise and makes you understand that, you know what, sometimes your answer is not the right answer. Okay. So sometimes you're going to have to step back, listen. I find that people don't listen. Couples don't listen. They don't take the time to listen to each other. And then when we don't listen, the conflicts get worse. So take the time to listen to the person that you are with, and reason with each other by, listening to what his side, and then and let him listen to your side, and then come to some certain agreement.
Okay, wow, you said a lot. And you're actually jumping to a few of my other questions. But if I can summarize what I heard you say, is conflict teaches you about each other.
Yeah.
It helps you to grow and to be wise in how you respond to each other, is what I'm kind of hearing you say.
Yes.
Conflict sometimes acts as a mirror where you literally can see yourself. And it shows you.
That is very true. I remember one time, my husband's like, you gotta listen sometimes. And I'm like, I find sometimes as women, as wives, we've been through a lot of obstacles with relationships. And sometimes we feel like we're not being heard. And when we feel that way, it becomes a defense mechanism where we're like, you know what? Okay, you told me that, but I feel like you're still not understanding me. I feel like you're not hearing me. Sometimes we need to listen to even their thoughts on how we're reacting to the situation, and probably reevaluate ourselves and say that, maybe I came across really strong when I answered him, with not being graceful, and let's work this out.
I love that. Okay, we're digging deep, folks.
Yes,
Thank you for sharing that. It reminds me of the episode that Shaq and I did where we talked about respect and how we talk to our husbands. They need that respect from us, and how vital that is to conflict resolution. So let's move on, because you kind of touched on this, but I would love for you to elaborate. How do you stay respectful when emotions are high?
Ooh, listen to me. My season of different parts of my marriage, respect came up in it.
Come on.
And when I heard it, it made me angry. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes we're looking at our spouse and he's saying, you need to respect me. And then all you're hearing is red warning signs that, oh, he's just being very mean and he doesn't understand my emotions at this point. And sometimes as women, as we hear respect, we hear Aretha Franklin and our head starts going, oh no,
yes,
and all that stuff. And I have 2 little girl children. So, as women, we want to make sure our children's hair is protected and all those stuff like that. And his view was like, you know what, honey, I don't want you to braid their hair with braids anymore. I said, okay. But then, you know, R-E-S-P-C-T, we start getting into our emotions. And we're like, you know, you don't understand. You don't know. I'm the one that's combing the hair. I'm the one that's washing their hair. I need some time, you know, to get a break from doing their hair. And I decided to not listen, and I did it. And you know what word came up?
Oh, yeah.
You need to respect me. It was hard, but I understand that, you know what, as your partner, your spouse, there's a lot of things that they do to step back and, you know, let you do what you want to do. And so, you know, I had to apologize and say, sorry, I did disrespect you, because that is something that, you know, you don't want your daughters to do. You want your daughters to embrace their hair. And then if they get older, then they can do that. But yeah, respect is very important.
The theme of respect is threading through this beautifully, and we're creating this beautiful weave because it's a part of the conflict resolution. I think that's, the male needs the respect, the husband needs the respect, but the woman needs the love, right? And how we mesh those two together when we're dealing with conflict is important. Because yes, we need to respect with our tone and the things that we're saying, but how the message is being received needs to be a message of love so that we can receive it as well. So thank you for sharing that. You kind of touch on the next one as well. But it's good. That means we're on the right page. We're flowing, which I love that. So the next question then is, how do you come to a resolution when there is conflict?
I think when it comes to resolution, Janice, get out of your head. Get out of your head, ladies. Yeah, I know he's wrong. He shouldn't have said it that way. Yeah, you mentioned it when you're hot and upset. But then you have to calm down and come to yourself and say, you know what? This is the person I want to be with. And I want to come to some resolution. Because you have one situation, one conflict, and it's not done, or you haven't resolved it, then you go to a next one. Now there's two conflicts. So I would say, you know, reevaluate how you respond, reevaluate the situation, and reset. Maybe it might not be the same day, but the next day or the third day, just to calm down, you sit down and you talk to your spouse and say, you know what? Maybe I was wrong with how the tone and how I responded to you. Maybe I was wrong with, you know, or not even baby. You have to say, I'm wrong.
I was
wrong. Because, you know, in our head, we're saying baby. But you know what? I was wrong. I should have listened to you. I know you want your daughters to embrace their natural, you know, hair and, you know, get to love themselves before they try other different things as they grow up. And yes, maybe I went out of my way because I thought that you wouldn't understand that process of the children doing their hair and stuff like that. But I respect the fact that, you know, you want them to love themselves first. So anything else that they do, they will honor it.
Okay, you said two things that I want to highlight. One you said is apologize. Yes. And that sometimes is hard to do because I think that my second point is pride or ego. It's big sometimes, it gets big. And to say the words, I'm sorry, doesn't always come easy.
And they know it's so funny. I am the person that's always saying I'm sorry.
Interesting.
And, you know, sometimes my husband, I would have to say, well, you need to say sorry to me because I didn't like how you talked to me, even though I don't act like this all the time. But I'm like, you need to say sorry. Come on. But I'm just that person because I feel like genuinely, I was wrong and I'm sorry. And I hope you understand that just because I like to say that I'm sorry is because I want you to know that genuinely, maybe I didn't do the right thing. And I have to say sorry.
But that's mature of you.
Yes.
Right? Because not all of us can always get there every time to say, like, actually, it was my fault. And I'll say this, and this is, maybe you can challenge me in the comments. But I do believe that conflict, it takes two.
Yes.
I believe each person plays a role in the conflict. It may be a small role on one person and a big role on the other person, but I believe it takes two for a conflict to, you know, ignite. And then I also believe it takes two for a resolution.
Exactly.
Like both people have to want it, have to see that one, there's a conflict.
Yes.
Apologize, get rid of the ego part of it. And then now we can start to communicate and figure out, okay, how we can improve.
That is very true. And I believe conflicts come in different situations and in the seasons of our life. You know, now I'm with this person. We have to talk about everything. We have to talk about finances because finances can bring many conflicts. You have to talk about, you know, how you feel when each other, like when you're upset. Like when I react to you, how do you feel? Do I put you down? Do I make you feel less than a man? Sometimes as women, we don't even see our tones and our pitches. Like sometimes it makes a man feel small. So these are the little things that we would have to look into ourselves and say that, you know, if I respond to somebody that I love and they're being hurt, we have to change.
You said so many good things there. You talked about finance. That's going to be a whole other episode because finance is so big when it comes to marriage. And as a finance professional, like that's my background. I've seen it all. And so we will digress for now, but we'll pick that back up. I agree with what you're saying around just being able to go through those steps. And myself as the founder of the Wife Table, I actually have created a conflict resolution guide. Yes. So a lot of the steps we talked about are actually in the guide. And so I'd love for you, it's free. You can go ahead, click the link in my bio and download it. I think it will help you walk through some of those tough parts and places where you're like, I feel stuck. I don't know how to say this. Where do I go? It gives you some practical steps to take. So I'm glad we actually walked through those steps without you even knowing about the guide. And so this kind of brings the guide to life. So I'd love for you to go ahead and download it for free. Enjoy. You're welcome. With that being said, we're gonna give the floor to you because I really, really want to ask you kind of some closing questions before we end today. And the question I have for you is, if you could sit at the wife table with another wife today who's struggling to make things right, a lot of conflict going on, they're stuck in a cycle of conflict and arguing and fighting, what would you tell that wife?
You're not always the victim. Why do I get emotional? Because a lot of times as women, we tend to feel like we're being victimized by things that are there to better us, to make us better. Sorry, I should say. And instead of us dissecting exactly what's happening, we become the victim. And we feel like we are being put down. No, you don't understand me. You don't understand my values. You don't understand. There was a reason why I married you, but now you don't understand the reason why you married me. So I find that, you know, if we get away from being victims and understand that, you know what, this person wouldn't ask you, will you marry me, just for no reason. There was something inside of you that drawed him to say, you know what, I don't want anybody else but you.
Wow.
So let us reevaluate the pain and the hurt that we have experienced in relationship and say that, you know what, I said yes to this man, not thinking that I was a victim at that point. But now, since we're going through conflicts and things don't seem the way it was when we started, when we first began, reevaluate and think about, you know what? I gave up everything for this man to love me, and he gave up everything for him to love you. There is a way to change, and it starts with us. We are the help. We are not the head. We can give our advice, but at the end of the day, he gives the answers. So I admonish you to look into your heart and say, am I playing the victim? That victim game where it's like every time it seems like my husband is always down on me. I would tell you, just think about it and start looking at your life and start reflecting on how you can change as a woman, as a wife, as an individual, as a very important part to your husband.
Wow. I can't add anything. I can't take anything away. That was just beautiful. The next part of what I had written down was just say whatever's on your heart freely. And I think you did that. I hope that was impactful for you listening. You're not alone. Whether you're married 14 years, 50 years, 30 years, conflict is existing. It's there. But there is a way that we can overcome and win together if we work together, we listen to understand, and we communicate. I truly believe that we can win as a partnership and win together. So thank you again for beautifully stating that. And thank you to you all watching back home. We ask that you like, comment, subscribe. If anything stuck out to you in the comments, what was your aha moment? What was the thing that you're like, okay, this is what I want to take away from today? Let us know in the comments. Follow for more. And before we go, I'd love for you to share how the folks at home can support you and what you're working on.
So yes, I do have a women's ministry, Season to Be Free. You can follow me on Season to Be Free Women Ministry on Instagram. I hope that, you will be a part of one day my woman ministry where we don't judge you. It's a free zone. You can come and be happy and, listen to great advice, listen to great educated people or a different woman that will come in and, share some wonderful things to elevate ourselves. Okay? So, yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you all again for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see you next time, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
To access our free conflict resolution guide, you can click the link in our Instagram bio or go to Stand Store at the Wife Table. There, you're going to click on download for free, put your name and your email, and you're all set to go. Enjoy.